Okay, so today is going to be doing some upgrades from the last event. Definitely learned some stuff out at Park that I was unaware of that were an issue. Got a smaller pile of parts over here, and a specialty piece, some little pieces, thanks to Aaron Carswell. I was talking with him on, messaging with him on Instagram, and he was able to make me a set of these little spacers here that have, hopefully you can see that, little recess in the upper edge to put on the knuckle to space the spindle up to get some room for the ball, I keep saying ball joint, but I mean tie rod end, to actually be able to move without colliding with the brake bracket when it's actually, the suspension is actually compressed up. Because what had happened is there wasn't enough, actually I think it's like this, you can actually see the smashed end here from it colliding and kind of locking the steering in a weird spot. So hopefully that little bit of space will allow this, when compressed, to actually pivot without colliding with the brake bracket. But I'm not getting greedy with it and trying to make it lower the truck 3 inches. I'm just trying to add 1 inch to hopefully, create enough space so they don't collide. Now, the other thing that happened was that the studs got stripped out, so I've got some new studs here. I actually have another box of them over there. Supposedly the 4-wheel drive Tacoma has longer studs, so if I'm already in there, I'm probably just going to do all 10 of them, although it's a bit more work than it looks like. Also, when I was looking in there at the track, I realized my upper ball joint was split. We'll take a look at that. So I got a new set of upper ball joints for both sides, and although the shocks that are in there are not blown out, it just, from pictures that I see of the truck, it just seems to just roll quite a bit in the front, although it works pretty good. I'm going to try some KYB Monomaxes, which we put on several vehicles at work, and they seem to work really well. Found out they make a set for the 2-wheel drive truck, so I'm going to give them a run, although I already know that taking them out is not fun. So here we are again. We'll see how it goes, shall we? On another note, I have talked about potentially at some point selling this. Not because it doesn't work great and I don't like it, because I do love it, but I've got this garage, which is awesome. I've been waiting for ever to have my own garage to work in, but with the length of the truck, I don't have a lot of space. I have some space here I can walk through, but immediately when I went to lift the truck, I'm reminded why I may want something a little sort of shorter. I get back here, and there's some room. I can get through here, but as soon as I try to go jack it up and all that, I don't have that much room. If I had something that was maybe that much shorter, I'd probably have enough room to move it back and have enough room to get in front and back of it with the door closed, because we all know it rains a lot here, it gets cold. Winter is going to be fun. So that's, if anybody's wondering why, it's not because I don't like the truck. I just wanted to have some more room to work on it in here. So, make do, but at some point, you got to have a solution for that. In the summer, it won't matter, obviously, because I can open that up and have all the room forward. But in the winter, when it's cold, when I have a heater and I'm trying to work in here, that is a factor. All right, some progress. It is a hovercraft. It is up in the air. I had to run these little spacers here so I could use the 300ZX wheels, because there's a millimeter of difference of the center bore and that guy right there. Interesting. That didn't have very much thread engagement. Worked perfect. Lug nuts came off. with no drama whatsoever. No issue. Those wheels, beautiful Kansai, however you say it, have been on there. With the other bolts, with the other, keep getting lug stud and lug nut mixed up. Apologies. Messed this one up. Messed that one. Messed that one all up. That one all up. That one all up. So yeah, so running on 3 lug studs, give or take, that one, all the way back. Whew, not my greatest work. With that said, I'm here. It's here. But interesting though how the sketchy thing I tried worked out, but the not sketchy thing did not. There's some information here either I'm not aware of, don't know yet, or will be revealed as to why those got all messed up. Not happy about it, but live and you learn, I guess. So I get to learn how to change these studs out. With that said, I don't know if the lighting will be super great, but when I was in here, I was noticing that upper ball joint is looking pretty blown up. So something to get changed as well while we're in here. So we'll see how much swearing and stuff happens off camera. Alright, making some progress. So I got the dust cover off. I got the cotter pin out. I've got all of these bolts that hold this on all loosened up. I got myself a really, this is the key tool right here for me right now, other than if you're going to take that nut off, although it wasn't on there very tight, which is awesome. I need to get you one of them 30 millimeters. It's a big boy. I actually had to buy tools for once. So we're getting there. Hopefully I'll take these bolts off, and then I'll be able to get my pry bar right in here, pop this off. The disc will probably fall down, but I don't think it's going to come completely out. I don't need to remove this. All I need to get is this plate, which is a half section off of here, so I can pound those out, pound the new ones in there, and then repeat the process on the other side. Yeah. In an effort to just make sure I'm not an idiot, got our box of lug studs here. And we've got our lug nuts that I've been using, the ones that are not the gold ones that are going in the trash can, to not mess anybody else's stuff up. I want to see if these two go together or not. Let's check it out. Ooh, would you look at that? Will it go all the way down? Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so that looks right so far. So, just a little check before committing and then finding out I need lug nuts or something. Yeah, that whole thing is ready to go, so I guess I'm just going to have to pound them home. And then probably some sort of washer arrangement and to press them in. We'll see if I succeed or not. Figured something out. Got a larger car wheel nut around here, so it's not on any threads. Got my lug nut here. I got that in there, and then I'm putting the breaker bar in between these that are existing on here, and then taking this and just driving it home nice and slow. And actually, it's been going in really straight, going in really smooth, and I'm pretty happy so far. So not a whole lot of surprises. We'll see if I can get all 5 in there. That was a lot of work. Hand tools, no power tools. Whatever. So, yeah, just gotta tighten all this stuff back up and get it back together, and we got 5 new studs in here, and whew, man, it's tiring. Somebody over there like, yeah, someday. Because of how unsatisfying dealing with all that is, when it's together, it's just, whew, such relief. But there's more to be done. Oh well. All right, on to the next side. Got some food. Started raining a lot. So bad. Got this side apart pretty quickly. Pretty happy about that. So now I just gotta go to taking them all out again, and still starting by going in and double checking that these thread together nicely, just in case any studs got mixed up in the boxes before I go through all this work for nothing. Yeah. Okay, well, it's time for ball joint. Upper ball joint, to be precise. Actually, do I get a light over here? Ooh, it's probably not very bright. So I got that thing off back there. I don't know how I'm going to get a hammer in there to really free that up other than smacking the top of it. I'm going to take these off. And the spacers that I got go in between here and here. So this is going to go up 1 inch. And then I'm going to take the ball joint flip and put it back under where it was at. Together it should make it about the same as where it was at before, which is alright with me. Not trying to do this to go lower, I'm trying to do this to create more space in here. As you can see, I can't put my finger in between the ball joint, tie rod end and that brake bracket. So then I'll have 1 inch of space for it to move. Hopefully that works. But we're going to tackle this bastard first. Boo. Hate it. Okay. Ball joint is out. That was a pain in the butt, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Doable. Got that down. So now you can see this thing flops around. I'm in the process of taking this nut and bushings out of here. Now, a small detail that matters is that it may not be quite as powerful of a spring as maybe a larger vehicle, but it's definitely got some energy. So a smart thing to do is, well, maybe buy a better jack than this, but it works. I like how small it is and cheap. Put it under here, pop that up a little bit, but not enough to take it off the jack over there. And then I'm going to take the shock. I don't know if I have it high enough to get the shock out through the bottom. May have discovered another issue. Fuck. Oh yeah. Oh, old garbage or no? Far away. New garbage. Red garbage. I doubt it's gonna make any difference, but it makes me feel better. At least I can go to sleep knowing that. We'll see. Not super happy right now. That was a humongous battle, but I was just gonna fight through it. I wasn't gonna sit and try to hold this thing while I'm trying to. So the spacing on the bottom of this shock here between. Wish I could use another hand on this moment, but if I can put it between my legs, between this cut and this cut are too far apart. They need to be closer together. And then on top of that, when you try to jack the arm up, this thing stays absolutely flat and refuses to allow you to rock it or rotate it to line it up with the bolts, which are on an uneven plane when that thing sits in there. As the shock sits like that, and that control arm sits like that. Try to do that, it's just not going in there. So I had to put the white one back in there. So remember I said red junk or white junk? It's all junk. Just use what works. Alright, ball joint is flipped down. Alright, now do keep in mind, we're going to be spacing down here, pushing this back up. So not really losing overall what we had before. But I should gain some negative camber, which would be great. I need camber, because I've noticed some of the wheels kind of
almost popped out, almost positive camber. I don't like it, but I need that space too, so adjustments to make it just right, hopefully. On to the other side. This side, as hopefully there's enough lighting. Maybe I'll change the thing on it here. This is back on top, so we'll switch this whole thing out, put a new one in here. This thing's all blown up. Yeah. And then I'm going to take a bolt sample for tomorrow, add exactly an inch to it, maybe just a little bit more, and maybe one of those little washers. And I have to get the biggest, baddest, burliest bolts I can get my hands on, so hopefully it stays together. Alright. Alright, well, we're back. Got some bolts. And as you can see down here, I took the 2 bolts out of that, and now I should be able to just pop this thing up. Good luck holding this and doing that at the same time, huh? Maybe I can lean it. So now, you can see in here, those 2 holes. It's a very interesting setup here in the Tacoma. So how this is supposed to go is I go over here and grab my little spacery boy here. Should key into that. Should be able to grab that second one wherever I hit it at. Maybe I put it in my pocket. Oh, there it is. That guy right there. Not gonna be able to do that one-handed either. It's like Survivor Man. Car stuff, huh? Right in your face. Should keyway right on there. Okay. So now we're on there. And wouldn't you look at that, man? Look at all that space now. That's awesome. Alright. So if I did everything right, this should thread into there. This one should thread into here, and these are both 10.9s. We'll see if that's a terrible idea or not. Alright, crank those down. Hopefully I got the right length. Alright, so they are in there now. The bolts are in there and all that. See how that works, but everything seems to be going okay until I set it down. On to the next side. Alright, side number 2 is all up in there. Also keep in mind the bolts that I put in, thread engagement all the way to the top on both sides. Again, doesn't guarantee success. This is a little bit of an experiment. I have been warned. But I've done sketchier stuff, so we're going to give it a try. We're going to see if that's the magic recipe, because what was working before wasn't working 100% either. Yeah, so I'm going to go pound the inner fenders out in the back so they don't rub on my rear tires as much. And I think that's going to do it. What's left is some new front tires. So those things are worn all the way down to the wear bars and an alignment. Every time you change stuff in here, it's a good idea to have it realigned. So, alright, well, I'll catch you guys next time, hopefully at the track again. I think I'm going back to Spirit Peaks. Might go drag racing at PIR just to see what she'll do, because that's fun, and I like fun. Catch y'all. It's been real, and it's been fun. No, actually it hasn't been fun. It's been real. It's been real work, I guess. Later.